Hello guys, in this video we will be discussing about difference between common intention and common object. As you all know, common intention is defined under section 34 of IPC and it states as when a criminal act is done by several persons in furtherance of the common intention of all, each of such person is liable for that act. Which means when two or more persons are jointly liable for any criminal act, it is called common intention. Common intention falls under constructive liability, which means if two or more persons intended to do a thing jointly, then it is just the same as if each of them had done it individually. And now, what is common object? It is defined under section 149 of IPC, which states as if an offence is committed by any member of an unlawful assembly in prosecution of the common object of that assembly, or such as the member of that assembly knew to be likely to be committed in prosecution of that object. In this case, every person who, at the time of the committing of that offence, is a member of the same assembly is guilty of that offence. To hold a member of an unlawful assembly liable under common object in this section, the following conditions must be taken into consideration. Number 1. Offence must be committed by one or any member of that assembly. It can be any one of the member of that assembly which commits the crime. Number 2. Members do not have prior meeting but join the assembly knowing the outcome. Number 3. Minimum 5 members are required in this section. Difference between common intention and common object. Common intention in section 34 is defined and therefore is unlimited in its operation, while common object in section 149 cannot go beyond the 5 objects mentioned in section 144. Section 144 is an important section. You have to read that along section 149. Number 2. For section 34, minimum 2 members are required and section 149 requires minimum 5 members. Number 3. For section 34, some overt act is required, while under section 149, mere membership is sufficient in the unlawful assembly by any person. Number 4. Burden of proof under section 34 is higher as compared to section 149. Important case laws. Number 1. Pandurang Tukia Bilia vs. State of Hyderabad. In this case, it was held that prior meeting of minds, pre-arranged plan is required, as well as participation of all members is required in common intention. Number 2.
Krishnan versus State of Karnataka. It was held that the word criminal act includes the whole series of acts committed by different accused. The act committed by each of them may be different, but all must in one way or other participate or engage in the criminal consequence.